Hi guys, we are back with another daily analysis. Today let's take a look at USDJPY. Do you know, I was actually thinking of doing USDJPY analysis when Asian session opened in the UK yesterday, this morning, early in the morning. But then I kind of noticed that USD JPY kind of only moves. I mean, it does move during Asian, but the thing is, because it's night for me, I don't really stay up and watch the charts at that time anyway. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to trade it. And then I thought, well, they do move quite a bit for New York in the afternoons. So I was like, okay, let's just try and see how that works out. So let's give it a go with USDJPY analysis just before New York session opens here in the UK. So you guys just got to do your own time conversion. It is it is 10th of January, 11:24 a.m. here in the UK. So let's get right into it. Okay, before I do that, I'm just gonna delete any markings. Yeah, I have got a couple of drawings here. Just gonna remove all of that. I barely trade anything else except US 30, so it's going to be a very fresh analysis. And let's see how we get on with this. Okay, so as usual, let's just do a top down. I'm going to off all the indicators just so that we have like a clean naked chart, just because normally that's the way I typically will do it. But again, it just depends. If it's like US 30, a pair that, I mean, something that I've been looking at every single day, then I will not really kind of clear out. I just can mark it up from wherever I am and left off. And I kind of clear out my drawings every end of the week before the fresh week starts. But USDJPY is a pair that I've never really done before. So let's start fresh and see where we get with this. So on a weekly chart, we can see that it's literally now on a downtrend. But then if you see, oh, this is such a beautiful uptrend. Like, just imagine how much pips you could have caught on this. Like, it was such a good trend. Now the question really is it actually going to go on a downtrend, or is it a retracement? Okay. What I would do want to know is to actually, okay, let's draw our support resistance lines real quick. But I'm not going to draw it on the weekly. I'm just looking at where the chart looks like. But if you can see on a weekly, before I draw the support resistance, there is a liquidity here. I'm going to erase it, but just for the convenience, so that you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I would do a liquidity here. Now, having said that, this could totally be a fake out and it's right back up on its upward journey, okay? So what you're looking for is basically a fake out here. And because this is a break of structure as well, so a lot of traders could have got into it for a sell, but we do want to also realize this liquidity point here, and we do want to think that this could be a fake out. So let's prepare for that. And typically it could go, so come down, go right back upwards, come back, retest the zone again, and then towards the upside again, okay? So it's just a case of knowing what to look out for at this instance. So the fake out, if this is a fake out, it's already kind of happened. Fake outs usually do not happen like in a very long term space. It's like down 1 2 candles and then we are down depending on the time space we are in, okay? Time frame. Just gonna delete this just so it doesn't get messy. Let's look at the dailies. Gonna remove my divergence indicator. Okay. So if you can see the daily as well, we've got a nice downtrend. Now, I'm just thinking, where shall I draw the fib? Like, maybe I'm just going to draw it from here on a very rough estimate. I'm just not as precise, but yeah, so it's almost towards the 0.618, isn't it? So, yeah, something to kind of think about whether it is actually going to keep going on the downtrend or whether there's going to be a trend reversal, okay? Because it has been a beautiful uptrend as well. We'll draw, okay, hold on, I'm gonna just make this bigger. I know I'm doing everything else except doing my support resistance so bad. Okay, I would have put it here. Yep, just because the candles are so small, I'm trying to find my, oh, here. And yeah, I think this bit here was fine. Okay, so yeah, it has touched 0.618, and so therefore we need to see if it's going back on its uptrend. This is interesting now. If it is, we'll be able to catch quite a bit of pips though, if it's going to go back on the uptrend. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna draw my support resistance hopefully on the hour, just because it's more accurate. You know, you're gonna get closer pips compared to dailies where the pips counts are really high, and in between there's a lot more support resistance as well, so you're kind of missing it. So price is here, which is kind of important. So look at that. Yeah, and then I'm gonna draw one right below here as well. So two below where price meets, and then I'm just trying to see where would be the best. Maybe here. Okay. I mean, there's one more right here, but I'm not going to draw that for now. I'm just going to focus a little bit more here. There we go. Okay, there we go. These are all 1 hour bit counts. Okay. So it's really a case of like, sorry guys, I was just marking up my accuracy, so sometimes I just go silent, so bear with me. But yeah, so it's really, I like to kind of draw like two support resistance line up, two support resistance line down from where price is at the moment. And obviously price is going to move. You can delete those unwanted ones later and then keep drawing as when whichever direction it moves. Okay. So now I'm going to turn on my Phoenix indicator. All right. Let's turn that off. I just want you guys to see trends, like where we are with the trends right now. I'm going back up to the daily right now. So if you can see, I believe all of them on a daily, it's still an uptrend, even though the moving averages have kind of started to get muddled up here, but it's a nice fan up here and it's a downtrend at the moment. It hasn't done anything here, but I do believe price could come down short term to kind of wick this out to reject the 200 moving average on a daily, and then possibly hit back right up, right? So it's just a case of just looking and seeing what price does. Oh god, help me guys, this always happens and I'm like, why, just why? Don't know what I'm doing there now, but okay, I could go here, can't I? There we go. Do you know, we have moved to US 30 now, which is not great. Okay. Do you know, I always struggle. If you see my other videos, if I do kind of pinch in and out and this happens, and then I kind of don't know what I'm doing anymore with it. But yeah, anyway, okay. So you can still possibly price. I don't know why this is so big. I price possibly can. This is such a beautiful, like, downtrend, to be honest. But yes, so price possibly could come down, reject this, and then we got to see what it does at the 200 moving average. That's what I would have thought. So keep an eye on that, guys. I'm just going to drop to the hour right now, and I'm going to turn on my Phoenix. Okay. Actually, we can just turn everything on, can't we? And then put it right back up, and let's just see whether we've got anything setting up. Um, So on the hour, we have got a downtrend clearly, but then we've got the moving averages all muddled up, which is not something that I really like looking at, just because my style. I need moving averages to be nicely fanned out, and for me to even look at to see whether there's a trade. Now if you see this was fanned out here, the 10 21 50, but then my 200 was right at the top, which was a sell. So even if the bullish print buy printed here, I'm not looking to buy because it's a sell. And this is something that's been a very recent, probably in the last past 1 year, where I've really strictly started to follow the trend, and I will tell you guys that my success rate of wins is a lot more higher, just because you trade with the trend on the time frame that you are on. So it's very important. Even though you know it's going to go up, even though you know it is, then you need to look for the time frame that is supporting that movement. For example, if you know that it's going to go up, then drop down to a 5 minutes to support and see whether the moving averages line up to support a buy, which is actually trading, counter trading on a higher time frame, if that makes sense. Yeah. So don't just trade an hour on a counter trend, um, when actually you can drop it down to 5 minutes or 15 minutes and see that actually it is the trend that you're looking for, and then you can actually do it there. You're going to get better accuracy, guys. Okay. So on the hour, I'm not really seeing anything setting up. It just looks so messy to me, so my brains don't really like capture. Um, Looks like a good round of almost consolidation going on here in the 15 minutes, isn't it? This is from yesterday actually, so it's just teetering around here. Again, my moving averages, even on the 15 minutes, is messed up. Not even gonna look at it. Let's drop down to 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes, we could be setting up for a buy, I think. Just by this. You can see that the moving averages is rejected. Every time it rejects the 200 EMA, I kind of like it because it kind of tells your story. So just like it projected this and he went up a little bit before he started to tank. Okay. But I'm not going to trade anything like this just because, again, it's not lining up the way that I want it to according to my rules and trading strategy. But yes, so I will see. It possibly could be a trend reversal right now. We just have to see what it's trying to do. I'm going to wait for the moving averages to line up, go to, if it's an uptrend, then I'm going to wait for it to line up the way I want it to line up and wait for my bullish pin bar before I enter a trade. All right, but take a look at the the divergence indicator as well, just for overbought and oversold areas. Okay, just to be sure that you don't want to be caught in a fake out kind of a situation, right? So okay guys, so I think this is USDJPY for me right now. Like I told you guys, possibly on a daily time frame it could come down to test the there's a gap. Look. So if you look at the daily time frame, there was a gap here that it needed to fill, which it has. So possibly after today, it could literally come back down. Oops. It could come back down just to test the 200 moving average here, do a rejection, and then possibly do the reversal upwards. Or it might continue on the downtrend as well. It just depends. Okay. On a weekly, mm, yeah, not seeing anything. I mean, there's a liquidity zone right here. So we have drawn it just now, haven't we? Yep. I'm just trying to see if there's any zones here that I could possibly draw. I mean, there's a zone right up here on a daily, but price is too far away from that, so I'm not even going to kind of look. This is for a downtrend, a fake out, but I feel like price is just teetering here at the moment. So as for today, I don't really see anything that I'm really interested in, to be honest. Okay, so on a 5 minutes, possibly looking for a buy, but you can see a consolidation box starting to form here right now. So we'll just see how this fans out. Once it starts to fan out, and I see something interesting with a bullish pin bar print, I possibly might do an entry on that. Okay. So yes, that's my take on USD JPY. I'm quickly just gonna take a look at US 30 just because we did that yesterday. US 30 was pretty sad because I thought it was going to go up, but no, it decided to go down further, and it's still on a downtrend right now. So let's just quickly take a look. I mean, if you look at the hour, it's still a bullish just because my 200 moving average is here, right? I did catch a trade yesterday here, I think. Yes, it was in the 5 minutes time frame anyway. Um, there we go. So it was this one. I'll just show you guys this. So it was basically after this messiness that happened on let's off the support resistance breaks. Let's off this. Okay, maybe this could be better. After the messiness of the New York Open this long weeks, yeah, it's something I don't really enjoy. So I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but I don't really enjoy this long weeks, especially if I was in a trade here. I would have been waked up just because it's this. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, after the messiness, we got in here, and 1 is to 1.52. Even though it did go up further, I didn't catch any of those pips, guys. So it was really a 46 pip stop loss and a 70 pips take profit, and obviously adjust your lot size accordingly. And it was a good catch, so it was a nice move. I was quite afraid of this, to be fair, because we had these candles coming down, and this was a zone that price was rejecting quite a bit prior. But we got there eventually, so it was great. Didn't really take any more trades. Didn't see anything else, I think, because it was starting to tank, and my moving averages were not really fanning out until this all happened, and we are where we are today, and it has actually started to line up, right? I mean, look at this. This could have been a trade right? This could have been an entry. So, but I didn't see any of it, didn't take any of it. But I'm just going to, you know, it is at a quite a critical zone at the moment. Let's just draw a quick support resistance just to see where we are, where price could actually be heading to. Yeah, I do think we are still on a downtrend at the moment, I think. Doesn't look like. See, it's been a crucial zone. Look at this, guys. This was a zone we marked up previously where prices come back to retest this several times. I'm just trying to see if there's any liquidity areas here. This is a 2 hour. Let's drop to 1 hour. Uh, yeah, it's a nice liquidity here. Hold on. Let me see if there is. If we go down to the 4 hour, there's nice liquidity right here at the bottom, isn't it? Look at this. So price could really be going for this. Okay, where the 200 moving average is, to be honest. Yeah, because it did give a nice push up here, so it's coming down to back down again. Yeah. So I mean, at the moment, I think they're all just lining up for a downtrend. I don't see any uptrends possible at the moment, guys. So, um, yeah, on a lower time frame, they're all up at the moment. So we will just keep an eye and see what it does with the 200 moving average. Everything is still up at the moment, guys. Even on the 4 hour, it's an uptrend. So we just want to make sure you're not trading against the trend, okay? If you're looking for sales, then we want to drop it further like this, 5 minutes. That would do the job. Like if you guys see this, this would have been a good one. Sorry. Short. Even if I had put it here, I don't think I would have put it that high, to be fair. Somewhere here, 26 pips and 1.5. There we go. Nicely take profit hit. Even if you come down to support resistance, you would have been here, guys. 61 pips, okay? So, yeah, this would have been a nice entry. So obviously I missed it. That was at 10:35 in the morning in the UK. Just missed it by an hour actually. But yeah, there we go. So an hour gave you quite a lot nice drop. And so did it here as well. That's on the Fib. Yeah. So we are here at the bottom. Let's just see. I personally think, obviously, it's going to give us better entries. It's going to give us more entries. It is in a crucial zone right now. So let's just see what it does here and then take entry accordingly. But at the moment, I think it's just good to just see what it does. Wait for the right entry. Wait for another pin bar or rejection candle to appear or print before you take entry, okay? And we have drawn this bit here where we are saying price possibly could go to. So if it is going for a sell, we are going to get a nice drop down, which is a good from here, from where price is. This is a good 475 pips drop. Okay, so let's just see what it does for today and then keep an eye on it. But do remember on the higher time frames, they're all still a buy. It hasn't been a sell yet. Okay, so you do really want to keep an eye on that and understand that on the higher time frames it is still a buy. The only the 5 minutes plus, yeah, and the 1 minute I would have thought is going to be supporting sell. So it could just be a short term thingy. So don't get faked out. So that's my analysis for both this pairs. And hope you guys enjoyed it and see you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be US 30 back again. I just did US 30 today just because a quick one, just to follow up with where we left off and to show you guys a trade that I took yesterday. So happy trading, safe trading, be patient, and see you guys tomorrow.